Let's talk about the fire signs. Now, the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And these are the three glyphs that relate to those particular signs. So first of all, let's talk about Aries. That's the first sign in the zodiac. And it starts March 21st, usually around the equinox, the spring equinox, and it goes to April 19th. And the planet that is associated with Aries is Mars. And Aries is all about self-discovery. Because if you remember, we talked about the ascendant being that point on the horizon where your soul first enters your body. And Aries, in a traditional sense, governs the first house, the house of the body. And so here we've got your soul trying to figure out what in the world is it like to be here in this human form. And so the theme of Aries is all about self-discovery. It's very personal. It's very, very about the self. Because, I mean, this is like, if you can imagine something that's totally non-physical, it'd be like someone coming from a totally different planet coming to live here on this planet, and it's like, what are the rules? How do I engage? This is weird. Does it have this body? I mean, it's like trying to figure this whole thing. How does this body work? How do we engage with life? I mean, how do we deal with gravity? So that's the theme that is going on with Aries in the first house. It's like it's your soul's first experience into life, and so the first thing it does, like when a baby is born, it feels itself. It's like, wow, what do I have here? It chews on its hands, trying to figure out what its life is, what this body is all about. So Aries is very much about the body, about the physical body, and Aries energy is initiates, and there's a warrior theme that plays with this. It's like you think of the knight in shining armor is an Aries. And, they're athletic. They've got physical prowess. And they can be very blunt. And they can be the leader. And their theme is, I am. This goes with his self-discovery part. So Aries has fear. They fear they won't be loved because they're so blunt. And they say things that are incendiary. And they just go off and start things without at a drop of a hat. So they worry that they can't find a worthy lover, somebody who's equal to them, because these people are very independent, they're very self-sufficient, and they don't wait for anybody. They don't like when people, they don't like when people speak up against them, or people don't like when they speak up and say things, and they feel like, they're too much for other people. So the soul urge for an Aries person is to do things in the name of love. Take that warrior energy, take that initiating energy and apply it, and use that as your code of honor, as your, the name of love is like what motivates you. And, and they also want to be close to people. They want to be connected. They want that tangible connection. And their job is to keep you awake and to keep you alert and keep you on your toes. They won't let you go to sleep here in this life. And if you've ever been around an Aries person, you'll realize that. They're here to be real. They're here to honor life and ask, what am I really trying to say? So here's some themes that play out. So we've got Aries in the ascendant. So, this is your soul's theme. So it's like, fight for what's right. Be a spiritual warrior. If your sun is in Aries, it's like the theme is I am. It's about self-discovery. You're physically active, athletic, blunt, impatient, and you're a pioneer and a leader. If your moon's in Aries, you can be, you're emotionally vulnerable. You can be a little bit volatile too, but you're emotionally vulnerable and expressive, and you like that to touch, to be close physically and to connect through touch, because Aries is also very much about the physical body, and and getting in touch with what it all feels like. And but they can also push people away just because they're afraid that people aren't going to accept them. Now, Aries and Earth, Aries initiates ideas and projects and leads, and they push others and they activate others to action. So if you've ever been around Aries, they come in many forms. I know 3 Aries in particular that are close, so I can kind of speak with to show you, to demonstrate you the variation in Aries. So one Aries is very, kind of like the epitome of an Aries. She's impatient, she's blunt, she says things that are incendiary, and she has no patience for anything. It's like, it's got to be right now, and she's loud, and she's bold, and she's, I don't know, she's a little overwhelming. And then I know another Aries who is a healer, and she's got an Aries sun, and she's got that fiery personality. She will spit out something if something needs to be said, and then she'll go, oops, and because her moon's in Earth. So, but she's kind of like has the Aries, but she's a little bit got it tamed. She understands it, and she knows how to work with it. And there's another Aries that I know who's a man, and he's a projector, as a matter of fact. So here you run into a little conflict between fire and needing to wait to be, and not having sustainable energy, because Aries is like, go get him, and he is like the rescuer. He is the knight in shining armor. He's always there to come and rescue you for whatever it is that needs rescuing. And he has that theme. He's been searching for love his whole life, and he's in a relationship with an Aries right now, and it's a little bit hot at times, but still, it's like this whole thing. He's wanted an independent woman, and he's wanted he's questioned this whole thing about lovability. Is he really lovable? Is there anybody worthy of him? And that's been his big question. So let's go on to the gates in Aries. So in human design, we have the gates. Certain gates are part of the that fit into that sign. So we start with the gate 25, which is, Aries is not totally into that gate. It's like line 3 and up. And like gate 25 is all about surrendering the ego to spirit. It's about acceptance. There's a little bit of provocativeness in there. And you got the gate 17 of opinions. And Aries can be very opinionated and not bashful about saying them. You got the gate 21, the gate of the treasurer and managing resources. And, there can be a little bit of passion over money when it comes to things like this. You got the gate 51 of shock, and which, they're helping to awaken others to their spiritual connection, and, to taking direction from spirit. And, that fits right in with their initiating and their activating people. And you got the gate 42 of completion and endings. And you've got the gate 3, which is just up to line 4, which is all about innovation and new ideas and mutation, and taking old ideas or traditional ideas and reweaving them and reforming them into something that is new. So that kind of sums up the Aries sign. And then we're going to move into Leo. And I am going to